Okay, let us create a file called main.py. So in this, let us import unit test. Okay, unit test is a package in Python which is used to test our code. So let us say we have why are those Python? Okay, so let us go to this name completion. Okay, let us say we have a unit test like this. So unit test is a module in Python which is used to perform unit testing. So let us have a function add with two arguments a and b, and let us add those things. So if we write print add of 4 comma 5, obviously it is going to return us 9. Python space, okay, 9. Okay, so we have got 9. And basically what we are doing, we are testing our code whether it is performing correct or not. So the same thing we will be doing with the help of unit test. So how we are going to do it? So we are going to write a class, we are going to write testing, we are going to write this, and we are going to import unit test. And from unit test, what we are going to import? We are going to import test case. Okay, means we are not importing, we are inheriting the methods of unit test. Okay, let us create a function test underscore. What we are testing? We are testing add. So it will take a parameter self, I mean argument. Okay, here what we are going to write? We are going to write self dot assert equal and what are the arguments we have to pass? Let us say A is 4, B is 5, and the expected one means what is the expected output we should have? We should have 9. Means when we add 4 and 5, we should get the expected output as 9. If this happens, then we can say that our code was working really good. So let us check it if it is working or not. If underscore underscore name underscore underscore equal to underscore underscore main underscore underscore, and we will write unit test dot main. So we all know here what is this underscore underscore name indicates. It represents the current file, that is main.py. So in that main.py we are running this unit test.main. Remember, only if we write this our code is going to execute. If it doesn't write it, our code will not be going to execute it. Okay, so when I run this, we will get test case was executed successfully. Means expected thing was 9 and we have got 9. That's why test case was executed. If we have written in our add function a minus b like this, so if we run our code now, it is going to throw an error, fail. Why? -1. It is not is equal to 9. So our test case was failed. So why is this unit testing important to us? Why we can't simply use the traditional approach, that is using if else? We can check now. Why we are using unit testing? We are using unit testing for the to check n number of test cases, right? When we see about the online platforms like Codenaon, what they are doing, they are having n number of test cases which are tested in parallel. So to check in bulk, we are using unit testing. Let me explain what I mean. Okay, here let me create a JSON file, test underscore cases dot JSON. Okay, let me create it. Okay, wait a second. Let me clear it out. If I write this function like instead of starting the function with a test, if I start this with add underscore test, everything is going to be collapsed. See? No test cases are executed or ran. Why? Because in order to perform the unit test, that function or the method should start with test and then the function name add. Okay, whatever you want. Now the function will run. Okay, basically we have written here minus. So if we do this, test case is going to be executed. So in order to demonstrate unit testing, we will use a test case.json. So in this, I will create an array. In this array, I will have like this the data. Means the data also I don't like this. Let me go to the ChatGPT and generate some test cases. Okay, where is the ChatGPT thing? Go to this ChatGPT. Generate 50 test cases to test. And ChatGPT will generate for us 50 test cases. These all things. Generate a test underscore cases dot JSON in that all tests will be there. Okay. Okay, it is generating as far as 50 test cases. So let us wait for it to complete all the test cases. Okay. It has gone to for the floating values also. We don't need that much of time. Okay, let us wait for it to complete. Okay. It has completed its thing. So let me copy it. And I will be going to this and I'm going to pasting this entire thing. Okay, not going to write this. Okay. We have our test cases, right? So it is not Python, so we don't need these things. And we don't need these things also. Okay, I think everything is fine now. If anything error is coming, just remove it because it is not Python, so nothing is going to be happening. I will do one thing here. Disable completions. Why I have done this thing? I will leave it. Okay, so let us perform unit test on that sample data. Import. What we are going to import? We are going to import JSON. Okay. So with open, what we are going to open? We are going to open many things. One of them was test cases.json. So how we are going to open it? We are going to open it in the read mode and with the file. Okay, we are going to write data is equal to json.load. We are going to load f, and now we are going to get our cute little data. Print data. So let me do this. Okay, we got the data now. So let us examine now what we have in our data. In our data, we have input that is 1, comma 1 and expected output is 2. Okay, here from the user, we are expecting two things. The first one is we are expecting a list from the user with two values. Okay, and an expected output is 2. Okay, so let us do one thing. No need to check for the user that much. So with self dot subtest. Okay, let me run a for loop now. Okay, let me run a for loop. Okay, let me run a for loop here. Let me remove everything. For I comma case in enumerate of data. We have data, right? How we have data? We have pure data. So first I will print I comma case. So enumerate is basically nothing. What it does was, it is the data, right? For this everything, it will give an index also. For suppose for this 2, 3, 4 like that. Let me show you what. Okay, see, basically the I has stored in the I 0 was stored, and in the case the document, the data was stored. So enumerate will separate everything. Okay, so from this data we have to get our A and B. So we have to test it now. So what we are going to write it here, we are going to write A is equal to case of input of 0. See, okay, wait. In the case, we have case means I means this, case means this. Okay. So in the case, I am accessing input, and in the input, I am accessing 0th index. Means I am going to get 1. Okay. In the same way, I am going to write for B also. So for B, what it will be going to be 1. Okay. So I have to be getting the expected output also, no? Expected output is equal to expected. I mean this one. Okay. Now we have A, B, and expected thing. So what we have to do? We have to test all of them now. So how we are going to test them? We are going to write with self dot subtest. Why we are using subtest? Because we have 50 test cases, not a single one, so that we can write simply as at equal 1. Okay, we have 50 test cases. So for to test those all 50 test cases, we should write like this test case, and then what is the test case we are executing? The current test case, okay. And self dot assert equal of add a comma b, okay, and expected one. This is the way. So other than this, if anything like exception handling the case, we will manage it later. So let us run this thing. Let me go to the new terminal and let us begin our journey. Okay, what was happened here? So we have got total 4 test cases failed. Okay, we have got total 4 test cases failed. That is 3.30003 is not equal to 3.3. Okay, so in these cases, what we will going to do is assert almost equal. Now when I run this, okay, all the test cases was fulfilled. So this is how we are going to use our unit testing. So for those who don't understand properly, if you sit manually and with the help of if-else statements, we can't test this much of things. Means 50 test cases, it is a big thing for us to use simply if-else statements. So to be professional, to be more frequent, and to be more precise, we are using unit testing. Okay. Here, when we see in the most of the test cases, if I use assert equal 1, if I run this, most of the test cases are not running properly. Why? Because they are almost equal. These 4 test cases are exceptional ones, so they are almost equal. So for those kind of things, if I sit manually and print the make the logic, it will take a lot of time for me. So in order to save my time, I am using this unit testing. Okay, so that is all for this. So Another best case of unit testing is we can see in our test cases, practice tests, which Courtney is daily giving to us. In that also we can see this live example. We used to have 9 number of test cases like that. Why the most of the test cases are not running is because of this issue. Means they forgot to add the particular methods to the program. That's it.